right, we are live right now. It's a world premiere. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope you had a wonderful day. My name is Neon Eyes, and thank you for stopping by. How are y'all doing on this wonderful Monday evening? There's so much madness going on in the world. So much madness going on in this country right now. I pray that you and your family and your loved ones stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you so much for tuning into this stream. Tonight we're going to talk about the female stalker, the obsession, menace, and intrigue. Alright? I want to take some time right now to say shout out to the chat room. Thank you all for showing your face and coming out of the clouds to say hi and show love to yours truly. The lurkers, the sky watchers, the supporters, and even those green-eyed monsters out there. Yes, I'm talking about you. You, and you too. Yes. I want to also take this time to say thank you to my moderators. I appreciate you and thank you very much for your sniper. I honor the sniper in you. Thank you very much. Alright, now if this topic doesn't suit your needs or interests, please feel free to click off and go vibe to something else. Okay? No one's got a gun to your head. You can freely navigate and freely associate. Ain't no pressure over here. Alright? Alright, so we're turning lemons into lemonade in this bitch tonight, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn up the volume in this motherfucker. You see, they want me to go away because they see me as a threat. They want me to be silenced because I am the threat. Yeah. Can you hear me? Is my microphone clear? Yeah, it is? Okay, good. So, I'm supposed to silence my voice because what I'm saying rubs you the wrong way or makes you feel some kind of way, makes you feel triggered or angry or bothered. I'm supposed to silence myself to pander to you and to suit your needs and to make you feel no. Is that how that's supposed to go? Are you bothered? So that I'm supposed to silence myself because what I'm saying makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. I was completely unaware. Excuse the fuck out of me. Well, spam the chat with the number 1 if you've ever experienced stalking from a female perpetrator. And I don't care if you're male or female. I know this stream is about female to female stalking, but I mean, if you've experienced stalking from a female, then you definitely can add to this stream in some kind of way, shape, or form. So we'll go ahead and spam the chat with the number 1 if you've ever experienced stalking from a female perpetrator. Come on now, don't be shy. Ain't nobody gonna bite you. Well, at least we ain't gonna bite hard. But so the inspiration behind this topic was a recent incident that took place in my chat room and a few recent chain of events that have been happening on Black YouTube in certain circles and certain spaces, you know. Additionally, my experiences as it relates to offline incidents of morbid obsession, morbid curiosity, morbid envy, infatuation, harassment, bullying, people just fixating on other people for odd reasons, a myriad of different reasons, and I chose to put the focus on women because women are less likely to be suspected of stalking, especially if it's against another woman. Why? Because women are seen as the weaker vessel. Women are always seen as, you know, the most vulnerable of society, the most weak. Women are often seen as the victims before they're ever suspected to be a perpetrator. Okay? So I wanted to shine a light on this, and I kind of went into this a little bit last year, but I don't think I made myself clear. I touched on this briefly during a silent stream where I kind of put the topic out there, and me and the chat room, the viewers in the chat room, would be kind of going back and forth and exchanging our ideas and experiences as it relates to female perpetrators, female rapists, female child molesters, stuff like that. So I wanted to revisit this topic because recently, within the past year or so, especially here lately, past 3-4 weeks, 2 months or so, I've been experiencing a lot of online predatory behavior from women. And I know, like, when some people hear predator, the word predator, they immediately assume sexual predator. No. You have different types of predators. You have emotional predators, financial predators, sexual predators, people who need a narcissist supply. So they seek after people who they perceive as weak to get that supply, people to abuse. They need something to fixate on and suck the energy and life out of. And to be quite honest with you, I know this may sound odd, but I've actually, within my life, I've experienced more stalking from women than I have from men. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but I know it may sound weird, but it's just the fucking truth. So, okay, so first of all, let's be very clear about stalking. Stalking is totally, completely gender neutral. Both men and women can be stalkers or victims of stalkers. They come from all walks of life and every economic background. There is no single psychological profile for a stalker. Anyone can be a stalker. Now, the course of this conduct of stalking is not limited to, but may involve 2 or more acts where a person directly, indirectly, or through third parties, by any action, method, device, follows, monitors, observes, surveils, threatens, or communicates to or about another person to interfere with another person's property. And also, I'll explain later how that can manifest in an online space, because it absolutely does. All the time. All the time. Far too often these things go overlooked because women aren't seen as perpetrators. Women are always seen as victims. Well, I've experienced a lot of online stalking, bullying, and harassment from women, and tonight I want to get the fuck into it, okay? So, I pulled an article from atlantaspsych.com, and it's an article by Liz Curran. She's had a PhD from... I'll provide a link in the description box so y'all can go dissect it yourself. I'm going to read a few clips from this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's rather lengthy. But I'm just going to go ahead and get into some things and break it down from my perspective based on my personal experience with this thing. So I'll start right here. It reads, technical definitions of stalkers emphasize the behavior is intentional, that it is malicious, intended to cause harm or distress, and that it is repetitive. Other studies have extensively profiled both the perpetrators and the victims of stalking in terms of age, gender, education, history of abuse, and drug use, and other factors. So what about women stalking women? It reads, there can certainly be a sexual romantic motives when one woman stalks another. An obvious example of this would be a lesbian attraction to another woman. A lesbian attraction to another woman. Yeah, I've experienced that in basic training when I was in the military. Totally. And it reads on. In this sense, there's a similarity to heterosexual stalking. The primary motivation is to have an intimate relationship with the person being stalked. The thinking often goes something like this: if only she really knew me, or if only I had the chance, or I could make her take me seriously, and then she would love me. The messages can be conveyed by phone, email, text, or face-to-face in a workplace or social situation. The stalker may drive by the home or office, blah, 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 blah. She may follow her to the gym or the grocery store, etc. In other words, she may become quite familiar with the woman's routine in order to observe or even accidentally run into her and appear pleasantly surprised. Pause. Let me piggyback off of that. So in an online space, many ways that can manifest itself is you may be a young lady in a chat room, and you may have a female stalker unknowingly, and she has been sort of studying where you frequent in certain online spaces. For example, YouTube. If she's used to seeing you in certain chat rooms or used to seeing you in certain spaces, she gets used to that and she notes that. So she tries to create some kind of proximity to you or study your behaviors so that she can further stalk you in the future, or so that she can have proximity to you to use it for whatever her infatuation, whatever need she may need to feed, because she wants that closeness to you. Okay? Let me see. I'm gonna skip down to a few paragraphs because I don't want to make this too long. I want to get into some other points later, and I don't want to make this too long. Okay, so other types of female-to-female stalking might include envy, which is expressed in passive-aggressive fashion. An example would be workplace behavior designed to sabotage another woman's professional reputation or job security. This could be accomplished by malicious gossip, misplacing critical documents, failing to relay important messages, not informing a superior of important meetings, etc. The common denominator here is one's employee intentional undermining another's status and position. And while the stalker's behavior may be fueled by intense envy, the intent is always negative and malicious, designed to destroy or deprive the victim of something of value to her. Designed to destroy or deprive the victim of something of value to her. In this case, the perception that she is highly competent, costing her her reputation and even perhaps her job. Pause right there. Now, I've experienced this on YouTube where I've had females literally stalk me from channel to channel, chat room to chat room, get close to people in certain circles, and they do this back room gossip, either in chat rooms or private chat messages and groups or whatever, because maybe I'm a newcomer, or maybe someone has a crush on me, or maybe they're jealous of a certain type of attention that I get in a certain group. You know, we as YouTubers and content creators, we use this platform to social network. We use it for official business. We use it for brand building. We use it for podcasting, storytelling, cross-pollinating with other content creators. But you have troublemakers in a lot of these different networks. And when they see that you're a successful YouTuber, or that you have a respectable platform and a legit platform, they will stop at nothing to try to destroy that or tarnish your reputation in some kind of way, to make other people not be fond of you, or make other people kind of, give you the cold shoulder, spread rumors, spread gossip, all types of weird shit like that. So the article reads on. Another example of female-to-female stalking might be in a strictly social setting. For example, a new family moves into a settled neighborhood. There is a group of women who have been friends for several years. The established group is curious about the newcomer, wants to get to know her and welcome her to the neighborhood. Understandably, less attention is directed towards long-standing members of the group for a while. One woman in particular seems a bit jealous about this, and perhaps even perceives the new neighbor as a threat to her status in the group. She may develop vengeful feelings towards the quote-unquote intruder in her social network. Now, I've even experienced that. The new girl you know what I mean? Like, when you're a new girl, a newcomer into different social groups and different social spaces, you have a lot of women who will target you because they're jealous of the attention you get as the new girl or as a new chick. So they'll immediately fixate on you and see you as a threat or as an intruder, when really you're not. Maybe you were welcomed into the group, or maybe you've always been a part of the group, but you've kind of been in the back. Like, I'll give you an example. I've been following different content creators in the LDBC since 2017. I've been supporting them from, like the clouds. I would never go in chat rooms, but I would donate here and there, and every now and then I may go in a chat room. But just now recently, I've started being more present on their platforms, and I've also branched out into different circles in the LDBC to show support and, to support the camaraderie around, sports talk and stuff like that. And I've noticed that there are certain women who have a lot of predatory behavior within certain groups on Black YouTube. And so when they see you, they think that you're a newcomer, but you've always been there. You just were never, public about it. And they will see you as an intruder, a quote unquote intruder, or a threat. They don't want you to be that new girl. So that's a problem to a lot of chicks. And I'm going to get into weaponry later in self-defense, because I think that's very important to kind of touch on, because you got some bitches out here who are fucking crazy. They are that crazy, but ain't nobody crazier than me. Do you understand where I'm coming from right now? So let me read along. Okay, so the article continues to read, the role of technology and social media can't be overstated here. In years past, stalking and harassment may have taken the form of phone calls in which the caller never identified herself, but perhaps just listening to the victim asking, who's calling, who is this, what do you do? Or the stalker may have delivered a threatening message such as, if you know what's good for you, you'll stay away from my boyfriend, or I'm watching you and I can find you at any time, or I'm parked outside your kid's school right now. Something like that, right? I could take your job at any time. The role of various electronic devices in social media and stalking has grown exponentially. And I absolutely agree with that. And I'll use the incident that happened recently in my chat room two streams ago. We had this person who sort of, I was basically giving the LDBC a shout out. I was giving them, praise because of what they do and how hard a lot of those content creators work. This person who was in the chat room heard their name, but they didn't hear my message. So they assumed that it was something negative. So what did that person do? They proceeded to say a lot of derogatory things and try to expose information they thought they knew, they thought they may have known. And not only did it show that person's true colors and character, but it also goes to show how that person was really stalking me and I didn't even know it, because based on the nature of what that person wrote in the chat room at the time goes to show that they were more preoccupied with my personal life than the content on my channel, when I had never ever discussed any aspects of my personal private life with this person. But somehow they knew who I was fucking, they knew who I was dating, they knew why I was mad, they knew why I was crying, when I had never discussed any of these things with that person. So even if there was a misunderstanding during that stream, which there was not, it's just that they didn't hear me say what I said, why would you immediately resort to spewing that sort of venom in my chat room like that? Why would that even come to your mind to do it? So basically you're hanging around to be a troublemaker and stir up confusion and chaos and trouble. I get it. So the article reads on. A word of clarification is in order here. Note, people often use terms jealousy and envy interchangeably. In fact, however, they refer to different kinds of experiences. Jealousy refers to the perceived threat of loss of something of value, often a spouse or partner. An example would be a spouse who feels threatened by a husband's or wife's relationship with a coworker. Envy, on the other hand, has to do with an individual's desire to acquire the perceived characteristics or status of another. For example, a job, a family, situation, appearance, accomplishments, etc. So the fundamental difference is fear of loss of what one has, jealousy, versus desire to acquire what another person has, which will be envy. So many of us on YouTube have been through this, be it that you're a man or a woman. We have experienced these things. We've been there. We've done that. Men have experienced it from men, women, and even women have experienced it. I mean, all spectrums of the gender dynamic. No one is exempt. I'm a woman. I've experienced it from men and women. I know men who have experienced it from both men and women as well. So no one is excluded of being a perpetrator or a victim. Now, these people who are motivated by jealousy, infatuation, because let's be clear, it doesn't take someone being sexually attracted or romantically infatuated with you in order to stalk you. A person can be heterosexual and stalk someone of the same sex. It could be motivated by envy, jealousy, infatuation of some sort, and they want some sort of proximity to you to use it for either a sinister reason or just to be close to you. They want to have some sort of closeness to you, to, I don't know, visually masturbate, just to get their private area wet? I don't fucking know. People stalk for different reasons. People want closeness to you for different reasons, even in cyberspaces, even in virtual spaces. So we all have to be guarded when it comes to our privacy, our personal space, and our public platforms where people do get to publicly chat. Because just a person is nice to you doesn't mean that they support you. They could completely have intentions and desires that are very demented. I mean, we have a lot of very demented people on the internet, and we need to exercise more awareness and more precaution when it comes to who we allow in our private spaces, as far as when you're interacting with maybe people who are emailing you or hitting you up, sending you invitations on Google Hangouts. You gotta be, even on my PS4 account, I don't accept every invitation that I get or every friend request that I get. If I haven't interacted with you for a while and I don't know you, I'm not accepting your PS4 request. Especially if you don't attach a message to that motherfucker, because I already know that you have a lot of people who like to hack into people's PS4 accounts. So even on my PS4, I use awareness when it comes to that aspect of privacy and being guarded of my personal space. So as it relates to women, I have experienced more stalking from women than I have men. In the grocery store, walking around my neighborhood, I mean, in cyberspaces, it's like, and I don't know if these women were, I have also I've had friends and loved ones who have experienced it as well. And I think the one thing that people need to understand and always remember is that if a person is stalking you, it doesn't take them, because people always associate stalking with some sort of romantic attraction or romantic infatuation. I'm going to repeat myself a lot during this stream. It doesn't take someone being romantically or sexually attracted to you to fixate on you and want to stalk you. People have different motivations. They could have this sort of envy, like morbid jealousy, morbid obsession, or even a morbid curiosity. So they want to have some kind of closeness to you to feed that morbid whatever it is that they have that they need to be fed. So stalking, there's different motivations behind it, and I've had straight women stalk me because they had this infatuation with me, this curiosity or this morbid envy, and the envy turns into obsession. So it's obsession mixed with envy. That's a dangerous combination. And I'm not, I just want people, men and women, especially women in cyberspaces, because I have experienced a lot of bullshit on this platform from women. Just be very aware. Use awareness and understand that stalking is a very layered thing. Cyber stalking, harassment, bullying. A person could literally look at you and want to have something that you have, whether it be the way you say the word yes, a certain aspect of your personality. They could literally want to be a carbon copy of you. And so that may trigger them in a way that would make them stalk you. Different things trigger different people to stalk other people, and it doesn't always take someone being sexually or romantically attracted to you or infatuated with you. So understand how, just go online and research these things. Research these different topics that I'm bringing up, and you will see for yourself. More often than not, females are many times convicted of cases of crimes of stalking, of passion against other women. It just, for whatever reason, doesn't make mainstream media the way it does when there's a male perpetrator. Because men are always seen as aggressors. And men aren't always the aggressors. They're not. Okay? As if women can't be abusers and perpetrators. Okay? Join the NRA if you don't know where to start. If you want to carry a gun and you're a woman and you don't know where to start, join the NRA. There are a lot of different resources that you can use to educate yourself. You all know damn well I have a military background, so I have a well-cultured acquaintance with firearms, and I'm heavily into weaponry. So look into bra holsters. That's another good thing to look into. A great website to use if you're looking for new weapons, or if you're not comfortable really with carrying a gun. It's called Budk.com. B-U-D-K. B as in Bravo, U as in uniform, D as in Delta, K as in kilo.com. Go to that site and just buy some weapons for yourself, arm yourself, protect yourself, because these predators are everywhere. Okay? And you need to protect yourself and be aware that anyone, regardless of race. So moving forward, if you are a woman and you are thinking about carrying a gun, if you haven't already, I would suggest that you get a license to carry. Because not only does this happen in, cyberspaces, it happens a lot in the real world. And a lot of women are completely oblivious because they're team girl power 24/7, 360.
Then you have magic.